Leprechaun here in the wonderful hometown of Ann Arbor, and I wanted to inform you all about the wonderful things you can do in this town. A few quick notes. Blimpie Burger used to be downtown. It's no longer down here, but it's definitely worth the mention, and it's going to reopen elsewhere. And also we've got a few other places outside of downtown that I'm going to mention. Briarwood Mall is a big one. We also have a few different places such as Colonial Lanes and Ipsy Arbor Lanes for bowling, putters for doing putt-putt, and we also have some other things. Let me double check my notes here. Oh yes, of course, Arborland. It's a strip mall, and we've got a lot of honking cars. It's a game day because we are in, of course, downtown Ann Arbor, and there's a lot of people here. So that will all get started soon. And another thing about Ann Arbor, you've got a lot of diversity, a lot of creativity in the town. So there's lots of museums, art, music, entertainment, and you can also use a lot of people from all over the world. We also have the largest football stadium in the country. So once again, we chose a game day actually by accident, so you'll get to see a lot of crazy Ann Arborites. And it's also a very green city. There's a lot of recycling and all natural things, as well as just lots of green trees, lots of trees. After all, we are Ann Arbor. So without further ado, we'll start. Today we've got the Indent. We're going to check it out, all of our U of M fun things. We've got a lot of people dressed up for the game today, of course, so let's go. So we're here at the Indent. I just want to showcase some of the things they've got here. We've got all your Michigan items, your sweatshirts, your hats, your mugs, your keychains, everything around here. As you can see, it's very busy because it is a game day. So we've got it. I've never actually seen it with this crowd before, so let's go. Alright, so that was the Indent, and we're going to go onward to our next location. So follow me. Alright, hello, we've got here with the wonderful get-up. It's a traditional star here in Ann Arbor with a lot of vintage clothes. So without further ado, let's go inside. Yes. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of vintage clothes here. We've got a lot of varieties right here. A lot of traditional shoes, different things of that nature. Look around. Of course, want a vintage dress up there. It's a lovely start. Also got some older jewelry and such down here as well. And yeah, so it's a great place to get a lot of your vintage clothes. Awesome. And now we will go to our next location. So here we've got Nichols Arcade, which is another lovely place you can go to do some shopping, especially if it's raining outside. You don't want to be out there. So we're going to go through, see a few of the shops they got here. So we're here at Nichols Arcade. As you can see right here, we've got some lovely tigers here. We've got our shirts, an actual bat, of course gloves and balls, and of course a lovely picture taken here. I'd be all about this if I could afford it, but it's all very nice. Over here we've got the Arcadian, and we've got a lot of really nice antiques. Unfortunately, they're closed until later, they're opening later today. So you can just take a look here. Somewhere they have a lot of some older pins and little antiques here. It's actually kind of interesting because you can go to the dark. Psych, you can't get in. They have another one, but I'm gonna take a look and you can see a lot of things here. If you look over this way, we've got a few other buildings, different businesses, things like that. Tobacco and coffee. Lots of artwork and prints over here. You can look over, take a look. Lots of pretty stuff. Good. And we've got a beagle brain. A flower shop. So a few different interesting places. So that's a little bit of Nichols Arcade, and we'll go on to the next location. Welcome to the Diag! Awesome. So this is a place we've got a lot of the students hanging out, either studying, having a picnic, doing whatever. Also there's sometimes protest here, there's different gatherings going on, so we're just going to take a quick walk through the park. Come this way. Super awesome street coming up. One of my favourite stores is here, Pinball Pete's. It's an iconic store and I'm not going to see anything else. It's going to be a surprise. So let's go. Hey guys, alright, so this is one of my all-time favourite stores in Arbor. It is every video gamer's dream come true. And I will show you why. So come on, let's go. As you can see, it's ridiculously awesome here. So over here we've got some of the racing games. Over here, we've got, if you come this way, you can play pool here. There's also ice hockey. Come hither. Some of the bigger, more expensive games, more riding games here. Lots of arcades in this section. Shooting games over here. I'll show you one of my favourites. Come this way. I like this one. You get to shoot ghosts and stuff. It's pretty cool. Lot of fun. Hi. They don't take the gold coins. So winners don't use drugs, remember that. Alright, here we go. I chose let's go with this one. Ready for this.
One game of pinball, you play your time. Got 2 free balls and a free game. Got multi-ball twice. One of it was multi-ball in the dark. All the lights in the machine. Guess I still got it. Okay.
I want this one. There we go. I'm playing 2 people at once. Great. Alright, it's good. I think I'm gonna do it, so let's go. Hello guys, alright, so right here we've got Momo Tea, which we've got a few different tea places in here. Bubble tea is probably the most well known, but I really like Momo Tea. also got a lot of Korean magazines, and it's lots of fun. And of course the tea is really good. So always check that out, or any of these places when you're downtown. And then right next door, if you come this way, we have a place that I visited many times. I've got a lot of friends there, and they actually brought part of this world here. And it's Middle Earth, so as you can see, it's the Earth of Wonders. So let's go inside. Alright, so we're inside Middle Earth right now. It's got a little bit of an interesting taste on things. As you can see, we've got a lot of pop culture and other things that you can get. And of course, incense is a big thing over here. You can get a lot of postcards with a lot of older celebrities. Got the Beatles here, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, for example. So a lot of different, I guess, vintage music, vintage things. Lots of incense, like I said, good place for that. And then we've got an assortment of mugs. Once again, a lot of culture, a lot of variety. Let's go over here. I've also got some jewellery too, if you want some of that. And of course, this is actually a pretty popular mask here, this horse mask. I've seen at least one person wear it before. And then over here, we've got some lovely candies and a lot of very interesting action figures. Of course, that's the best one right there. But there's that silly horse again, so you'll see that a lot. And a few other things, you get Bigfoot and Jane Austen air refresheners, and of course, every store has that. But oh, and if you want to buy me this, I'll absolutely take it. So yes, a lot of quirky things and a lot of fun in the store. Also, if you go downtown Ypsilanti, there's a store called The Rocket, which I think is even better, and it's really awesome. Also quirky stuff like this. So let's go. Let's go to our next location. Alright, right here we've got insomnia cookies, which are open until 3 a.m. So you can come down late at night after you're drunk from drinking afternoon and get some cookies. It's lots of fun. Also over here is Bubble Island, also known as Bubble Tea, and my cousin's store, Blue Leprechaun. So I can't really go in there right now. We had a bit of a quarrel, but it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of pubs, aka, I guess you wouldn't really call them pubs, you would just call them beer places or whatever. So lots of things to drink, lots of food. Main Street. No, I've got to change my accent. How that happen? If you can go to Main Street, there's a lot of tons of food. That's the big place for restaurants. So we'll check that out later. So let's go on to the next location. Alright, so just a quick little thing here. If you're out at night, going to Pinball Pete's, doing something fun, you can get really cheap slices of good pizza here at the back room. So always keep that in mind if you want cheap food. And also, there's a few other places that are cheaper.
Also, there's a ticket for $5.
There you go. Awesome, awesome. And you've got a lot of good options for food downtown. We'll get to a little bit of that later. So, all right, goodbye.
That's where you get a nice lens flare.
Alright, so this is the law quad, and as pretty as it is on the inside, as pretty as it is on the outside, it's gorgeous on the inside. It's really pretty on the inside, but I honestly don't know if I feel comfortable bringing a camera in there though. But we might be able to try, so let's see. about the Arbor Museum of Art, which is a phenomenal museum. We've got a wonderful piece of works from all over the world. It's really great stuff. So if you're in town, you definitely want to check that out. All right, now on to our next, and or should say our next two final streets, probably the two biggest ones in terms of things to do on them, and that is Main Street and Liberty. So let's get going. There's fairies. Fairies live here. They haven't come out of their houses yet, but I know they're there. Always hiding. That's not all.
Oh yeah.
That's not all. There's fairy doors all over Ann Arbor. Lots of fairies hiding. And we're gonna catch them all. We're gonna catch them all. Let's go. They got away. We'll catch them later. For now, we'll go on to Main Street. Let's go. Hello, and here we have Moose Jaw. We've got a lot of northern kinds of things. We've got a deer with inside with his big old antlers and stuck in so close. And so a lot of northern things, especially for the winter. We've got some nice things here. Also, if you go across the street, take a look. That is the Ark. The Ark is one of the biggest music venues here, if not the biggest, outside of the Power Centre. Both are very huge. And you get a lot of really good quality acts there. So that's a good place to go for music. Alright, we're going to head down towards South and North Main. Let's go. Hi, so right here is 10,000 Villages, which is really great because it's a fair trade store. So everyone there is volunteers, and a lot of the profits go to people who have made a lot of these things from different countries. So very exotic, a lot of really interesting gifts, very unique. So if you're downtown, I highly recommend checking that store out. Also Orchid Lane, which is also downtown, is similar types of things as well. So both of those are definitely worth checking out. Alright, let's go to our next view we got coming up. Let's go. Alright, right now we are inside Cherry Republic, which is a great start. I first went to it in Traverse City myself, but as you can see, everything here is cherry. So let's take a look at some of the things. We've got cherry salsa, cherry chips, cherry wine, cherry vinegar. We have cherry dressing, cherry chocolate covered chocolate, yes, and cherry with granola. Everything cherry you can think of is here, and that's very good. So I highly recommend coming in for your cherry fix. Take a quick look around. You can see some of their lovelies. Oh, let's get a sample one here. You know what? I'll take. I just want to try this one reason. That's good. All right, let's go on to my second favorite star. Come on. Hi. Alright, so here we have Vault of Midnight. It is a marvelous comic books, and it was actually featured in a Comic-Con magazine as a place to visit, so let's check out the wonders. Come on. To start off, we got a lot of really great board games here. I really recommend Apples to Apples, and Munchkin is actually my favourite. Here's a few Munchkins. It's a lot of different versions of the game here, so trading card games, action figures, more action figures over here as well. Card games down here, some dice. That's awesome. You come this way.
The Archie zombie.
Yeah!
Look, it's Munchkin all over again. It's everywhere. Of course, lovely manga, lots of manga here, Japanese animation and Japanese comic books. One of my favourite shows, right there. Come down this way. This is kind of cool, they have different comic books, independent ones. They got a lot of independent ones here, and these are some of the ones recommended by the employees. So we've got a large collection. Sometimes they'll have classic comic books, like different collections of Archie or Miss Fury, things like that. And as you can see, they have an action figure of me right there. And love great stuff. Oh, come this way. Great. my favourite comic book of all time, Tintin, followed by my second favourite comic book of all time, Asterix. Also got some great Archie, some other ones. I believe they have Bone here as well. I couldn't see at the moment, but that's a great one as well. Bone. Let's come this way. If you want some lovely little stuffed animals, I think. I don't think they're quite action figures. They're kind of different material, but they're good. Pretty in ink. Trina Robbins is a phenomenal author. I just want to have a quick tidbit about her. She's the one who introduced me to the history of women in comics and women cartoonists, and this book showcases all of them. Really good. Got some great collections here once again. And if you want actual, traditional thin comic books, you've got a lot of options. Downstairs, you've got an insane collection, which is quite intense. There's also a lot of games. People play different ones, trading card games, things like that, in the evenings. More action figures, more comics. So it's just a lot of wonderfulness. So definitely check this place out. All right, let's go to our next location. There's a really neat place downtown here called Arbor Latino, and they have $1 tacos on Tuesdays, and they're like authentic Latin tacos, I should say, since it's a Latin American store. So if you want some cheap food, you can get that plus chips and salsa that comes with it for free. So just a fun thing. Also on Main Street, lots of other great stores, but I just don't have the time to really show them. But definitely check it out. All right, and to our last street, Liberty. Let's go. Hi. So this store, called Crazy Wisdom, is, in my opinion, the epitome of Ann Arbor and Ann Arborites. They've got lots of New Age books, lots of interesting things. You'll kind of get a feel for it once you come inside, so let's take a look. I come here for a lot of my herbal books as well. So as you can see, some of the categories here: gardening, ecology, nature, spiritual development, a lot of things like that. They've got a lot of different things here, but for meditation, spirituality, things like that. Candles, lovely things. A lot of books. Now upstairs where it's really fun, so come here. You can either cut it or just follow me upstairs. Yeah, thumbs, I can't hear you when you say anything. Hi! So we're upstairs, the Crazy Wisdom, which is where I think is the best part. Number one reason, herbal box. So many herbal books. Second reason, look over there. That is the tea. Now what's great, they have a lot of live performances here. So if you come this way, there's a lot of tables out there, but in the evening they sometimes have couches, and you can get your own pot of tea, which their tea is really good. And you can just refill it as many times as you want. So if you just want to take a quick one. I've got a lot of great food here. Tea menu. Yes. Tea menu. Yeah, would you like to see? Right here. All of that tea. Very good. So, I love it here. I recommend it to everyone. So, let's get going. Freeze. Hi, I just want to give a quick note that Ragstock, another vintage place, really stands out because they have it categorized by like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so if you're really looking for a very specific look, you can find it. It's always there. So I just want to give a quick shout out to them. All right. Hello and welcome to Encore Records on Liberty Street, right by the Michigan State Theatre. Here you can find, records of all kinds. So come on in, take a look.
All those age compilations are great.
Take a look around, see for yourself.
Mommy black and blue.
And you can even test out the records you want to buy with this lovely ancient technology. And you can see for yourself if you indeed like the record you're playing on a record player. So lots of fun. Oh, hello! And welcome to Dawn Forever. It is one of my favourite bookshops in all of Ann Arbor. All used books, wonderful collection. Let's take a look. As you can see, everything's categorized, so you can just choose which section you like. What do you want to read? Now, it becomes a maze. Follow me. Now look, a whole nother section. It's a very big used bookstore, so you've got a lot of great classic books, you've got science fiction books, you've got mysteries, you've got literally everything you can think of. So you can spend hours here, it's amazing. So check this out, it's awesome stuff. Let's see if we can find our way out of here. And cut. Hello, and our final stop for the day is at the Michigan Theatre. Now, the Michigan Theatre is one of the oldest theatres actually in the country, and it is both golden on the outside and the inside. Unfortunately, we cannot bring the camera inside because they probably think we'd be trying to, you know, record the films and put them illegally online, which of course we never do. So some things about it. The Michigan Theatre has a lot of independent films, a lot of foreign films, and during the holidays it's got like a lot of Christmas films, which used to be free, and a lot of times they have a live organ accompaniment to either old films or silent films, and sometimes the organ players actually compose an entire soundtrack to the silent films you watch. So definitely, if you're going to see any like really interesting films that aren't mainstream, definitely check out Michigan Theatre. Also, the State Theatre is nearby as well over there. So I couldn't capture everything in Ann Arbor, of course, but in the comments section I will also put a few additional places that I missed talking about. And I hope you enjoyed this video with Lucky the Leprechaun. Have a lucky day.